We're joined today by Iggy Tan, Managing Director of Altech Chemicals. Iggy, thanks for your time.
Thank you, David, for having me.
It's been a big 12 months for Altech and it's all about batteries. Can you explain this new battery technology you're developing?
Yeah, we recently launched a joint venture for a revolutionary battery for the grid storage market. It's sodium alumina solid state batteries. So let me give you a background of these batteries. Now, lithium-ion batteries are very popular batteries and they're very good batteries, but they have some challenges. So David, you would have seen a lot of news about battery fires, lithium-ion batteries exploding and thermal runaway. You also understand that the lithium-ion battery has limitations on temperature, so they generally operate between 15 to 35 degrees, and they don't operate well in the very cold climates. And lastly, the life of the battery is between 8 to 10 years. Our batteries resolves those three problems. Firstly, the life of the battery is beyond 15 years. Our batteries are totally fireproof and explosion proof because essentially we don't have the liquid electrolyte that the lithium-ion battery has. That's flammable. Ours is solid state technology. You will have actually a ceramic electrolyte. And David, lastly, the critical minerals are having some concerns in the lithium-ion battery industry. So as you know, lithium prices skyrocketed, so sixfold in the last 12 months. And that's putting a lot of pressure on production costs of lithium-ion batteries. Secondly, cobalt. The ethical concerns of cobalt supply. Cobalt is supplied by the Republic of Congo, and there are labor issues and ethical concerns with that supply. Lastly, graphite and copper, which is the anode part of the battery. 90% of graphite is supplied by China. And so there is some geopolitical risk that the industry recognizes with one country providing most of the battery materials for the world. And then lastly, copper. There's 2.5 times more copper in an electric vehicle than a conventional vehicle. And there was a recent report that says there's not enough copper mines being developed to meet the forecast for EVs. The beauty of our batteries, we use salt. So we don't have lithium, we don't have cobalt, we don't have graphite, and we don't have copper. So we use salt and nickel metal powder. So we don't have the supply concern issues like the lithium battery industry.
And importantly, when we say revolutionary product, revolutionary technology, the technology risk has been taken out of this project.
Absolutely. So if I said to you we're in research and development, you would expect a long time frame to get to commercialization. We didn't develop this technology. This was developed by a German battery institute called Fraunhofer IKTS. And in the last 8 years, and spending 35 million euros in research and development, they have developed this battery. And so they also have a 25 million euro pilot plant they've been operating, and these batteries have been produced for the grid storage market. So what we're doing is commercializing that technology in a 100 megawatt plant in Saxony, Germany. So the next question you're probably saying, well, why did you get this gig? Well, essentially, they were looking for a partner that had land in Germany, that had some battery background, also had some entrepreneurial spirit, and also some experience with alumina, which is really the ceramic tube of that battery. And we fitted the criteria. We now have signed the joint venture agreements. And what is the most interesting thing is we are the 75% majority owner of this joint venture and all the technology that goes with it all around the world.
Where to from here?
Well, we've got about 12 months ahead of us to complete a bankable feasibility study to finalize what that capital cost of this first plant is. And then we would launch into, obviously, funding, construction, and building this first 100 megawatt plant of sodium alumina solid state batteries. So very exciting, game-changing technology for the grid storage market, David.
Exciting times ahead for Altech and its shareholders. You're clearly excited, which is what shareholders definitely want to see. Iggy, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.